It's USL League One Friday Night Lights coming to you live from the Golden State. It's that time of the year where clinging hopes collide with cruel intentions. The season is on the line for AV Alta, and they welcome the Richmond Kickers out west. Josh Lill set to bring you all of the action from the Antelope Valley. Now Richmond, they've been knocked out from playoff contention, but can end Alta's season tonight with a result. For Knoxville, they cannot clinch the Players' Shield after Chattanooga's win over Charlotte earlier tonight. The Red Wolves, they seek their first trophy in club history. For Hearts of Pine and Tormenta, if they record wins this weekend, they will be playing for the League One title in a few weeks at the start of November. For the hosts tonight, it has not been easy for AV Alta. 3 of their last 5 games have come against current playoff teams, and in that stretch, they've scored 4 goals and been shut out twice. They've continued to improve in their aggressive and dominant play style, but they need to eliminate success from chaotic moments created by their opponents, as you see here with Charlotte, and that's led to this winless streak across their last 14 matches in league play, which Brian Claben attributes to a lack of playmaking in both boxes. While the club possesses at a high rate, and they've completed over 2,600 passes, ending in the final third, they have not been able to test keepers. And with numbers forward as well, they can be vulnerable from behind. It's the reason they faced the most shots on target in the league this year. And against a high-scoring Richmond team, that'll be a daunting task tonight. Now, after a Players' Shield run in 2022, Coach Darren Sawatsky, he wanted to bring more local players in, and he's done just that, with guys like Josh Kirkland, Simon Fitch, and James Stedden, all of which have contributed not only to the club's success this year, but they had an important role in the club's postseason run just a year ago. Now, when you build a roster made up of players from the academy and also a young age, you need veteran mentors. And Darwin Espinal, he's done just that. He's been a great mentor to Josh Kirkland, who's gone from trialist to homegrown, now an everyday starter. And 20-year-old Beckett Howell, he can play all the positions on the left side, wingback, center back, fullback, you name it. There is plenty of hope for this roster from top to bottom in the coming years. With the Chattanooga win, AV Alta are still in the playoff race, but it is win or go home for Brian Claben's side. Will they come through in front of a sellout crowd, or will Richmond end their season tonight? Starters to kickoff, up next.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
At Edwards Federal Credit Union, we're proud to be the only financial institution born and raised right here in the Antelope Valley. That means we know what our community needs because we are the community. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or planning for your future, we've got you covered with the products and services tailored to your needs. From everyday banking to life's biggest milestones, we're here for you every step of the way. Edwards Federal Credit Union, everything you need right here at home.
When it comes to health and harmony, connections matter. At Southwest Healthcare, our growing network links Southern California communities with services that meet their needs. Our 5 acute care facilities, affiliated urgent care centers, outpatient surgery facilities, and primary and specialty physician offices are here for you. From the high desert of Palmdale to Temecula's foothills, let us help you achieve health in harmony. Visit southwesthealthcare.com to learn more.
Lancaster Municipal Stadium, just 70 miles north of Los Angeles, California, packed this evening for the final home match of the year on the West Coast. AV, they'll need the help of the 661 supporters group to avoid elimination tonight, and their starting lineup is brought to you by Visit Palmdale. 4 changes from the previous match for Brian Claben. Most notably, Mabumu Alassane suspended for 2 matches after picking up his 11th yellow card. Denzel Smith making his 10th start of the year. Christian Ortiz scored his first professional goal against Charlotte. First start in over a month for Jimmy Villalobos. For Richmond starting lineups, sponsored by Visit Palmdale, James Snedden, 19 years of age, has stopped 72 shots and accumulated 4 shutouts in his second year as a pro. Beckett Howell, Dakota Barnathan, and mid-season acquisition Marcelo Lage look to decrease the conceding numbers as the club has allowed 50 goals this year. Josh Kirkland and Darwin Espinal lead the line this evening for Darren Sawansky, whose club is in their red kits with white letters and numbers going left to right. AV Alta in their desert sand kits with Joshua green letters and numbers going right to left. It is a beautiful evening in Lancaster, California, and we are underway as the season is on the line for AV Alta, needing all 3 points tonight to remain alive here in 2025, as there is a very early foul inside the first 10 seconds. We are pleased to have you with us this evening. A special thanks to all of those on the East Coast who are with us. 62 degrees in Southern California tonight under a starry sky. Head official for tonight's match, Matt Thompson. Emmanuel Padilla and Andrew Hanks will be on the flanks. Jose Landa, the 4th official tonight. Well, with it being the second to last match week of the 2025 USL League One season, there are plenty of scenarios to unpack and storylines that come with it. And we look forward to presenting those to you. First and foremost, again, it's noted Richmond Kickers eliminated from playoff contention this year as an early shot from Eduardo Blancas. Corralled there by James Snedden. About 30 yards separating the two between the shot. But this is a Richmond team led by Darren Sawansky that has no intentions of sitting back and just watching the time tick by on this regular season. They want to end it on a high note. You see it in various sports. What a positive run at the end of a not so great regular season can do for the club going forward in the next campaign. For Brian Claiborne's side, 14 in a row winless in USL League One. And he pointed out to us in the days leading up to the match that the club is not one to run away from that recent stat. They own it. But he mentioned the identity of the club has grown throughout the year. It's been solid. But focus, quality, and execution, you feel like can carry his side to the 2025 League One playoffs. Tonight's injury report brought to you by Palmdale Regional Hospital. Nothing to report for AV Alta. And for Richmond, Emiliano Terzaghi and Matt Bolduc unavailable. And that is the injury report brought to you by Palmdale Regional Hospital. Ball played on the far side and eventually settled down. It's all about pride tonight for the Richmond Kickers. And technically an elimination game for AV Alta, in a sense, in the regular season. A big opportunity for the Richmond Kickers in a season that has not gone their way by various means. Allows them the chance to set a different tone on the close of this campaign. Early set piece chance, all within the attacking third for Richmond. Matt Thompson drawing up the designated lines. AV Alta, they've been wicked offensively from set pieces. For Richmond, they look to beat them at their own game in a sense. With the sounds raining down from the 6-6-1 on the opposite end of the pitch. Maxi Schenfeld sends this ball into a crowd, and it's headed away. And Nils Seufert applauding right at the edge of the penalty area, as it's a corner kick for the first time this evening for the Richmond kickers. Schenfeld with a well-placed ball, appears to go off the head of Miguel Pajaro. Simon Fitch, part of the All League One second team a year ago, has 3 assists to his name in 2025. A high-in swinger. Settled on the byline by Josh Kirkland. Taking his time. Consecutive passes connecting. And a reset here for the kickers. As Schenfeld's shot deflected. Tiptoeing efforts. Keep it alive here for the kickers. Last time these two teams met, it was what appears to be forever ago, back on March 22nd in league play. Richmond recorded the 3-1 home victory. They didn't see success until after conceding the opening goal to Alex Cerritos. Emiliano Terzaghi would record a brace. The club looking for the sweep here tonight. Alta did what they've done best all year back on that day, and that's control the ball. Headed at a rate of 60%. As Adrian Billhart with pace. Osvaldo Ley forces the brakes on. Lofted into traffic and eventually turned over. It was an unfortunate day for AV Alta. 2 red cards. A straight red to Mabumu Alasan as well as Brian Claben. But Richmond did a lot of things right. Were dominant in 1 tackles. Had double the amount of possession, won in the final third. Won over 50% of the duels. And crossed at a high rate as well. That's where Maxi Schenfeld and Simon Fitch come in handy. Playing a little higher up on the pitch this evening. In those wingback spots in the midfield. Look for their service to be key for any offensive success for the visitors. Matt Thompson making sure things are in order. A miscue and a takeaway. Espinal on it momentarily, and it stays with the visitors. Bouncing ball back to Snedden. And we have a whistle. Beckett Howell forced to back the ball up. Backing back to last week. It was a 1-0 crushing loss on the road to Texoma for Richmond. That being the 10th time the club has been shut out this year. Set piece for AV Alta. Nice job of jumping in the passing lanes by Christian Ortiz. Number 2 colliding with number 2, Dakota Barnathan, the captain for Richmond, charged with the foul. And he's looking to prevent his side from being shut out for an 11th time this year. The only time that's happened more is when they were shut out 12 times in their first season in USL League One back in 2019. Could be tough tonight against a club that holds the ball at such a high rate and doesn't give you the opportunities to create in the offensive end. AV Alta, meanwhile, they fell on the road to the Charlotte Independence. Swabu Maru's late match antics were present yet again. As that ball is headed away by the former Spokane man, Marcelo Lage. Clean dispossession for Richmond. And the sound of the whistle echoes at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. And not so fast as Matt Thompson. Alta with a chance to capitalize. And there is no man you would rather have over this ball than Eduardo Blancas. Has scored on 4 direct free kick goal opportunities this year. That is the most individually in a single season or in league history. That is the most for any team in single season or league history. Might be a little far out, but he's so dangerous on these opportunities. It's on the backside, it misses Lage. And finally settled down by Osvaldo Ley, looking for the give and go with Kalyan Belivanov. And Beckett Howell, finally clears the ball. It seems though when you look at the stats for Brian Claben's side, they do all the right things, control possession. They'll nearly double you in passes on any given night. I mean, look at last match, 479 to 287 against Charlotte. Had well over twice the amount of touches in the opponent's box, but unable to capitalize. And that's been the name of the game for the hosts this year. Coach Claben feeling as though it was individual mistakes and a bit of the club's youthfulness that led to the falling against Charlotte. We mentioned Richmond, the second youngest team by average age in USL League One at 25 years old. But at 24.8, the youngest team is actually AV Alta. Chaos punished Brian Claben's side against Charlotte, and they're creating a little bit here. Drawing several fouls already. And frustration from Beckett Howell, the 20-year-old. Set pieces are crucial, and Coach Claben, leading up to earlier matches throughout the season, also praised Jerry Desdune as well. Has that dangerous right foot. And was seeking out Osvaldo Ley, who couldn't connect. Even from distance, the host's ability to get the ball in the right spots at least is enough to make the opportunities themselves so dangerous. Instead, opting to Marcelo Lage to take the short goal kick. The teenager plays it deep into enemy territory, and it works positively. Backside it goes, off of Billhart. Tripped up in the corner. Clean takeaway there from Christian Ortiz. Every challenge inside the area has to be precise. Ortiz doing just that. Bill Hart thought he won it cleanly. Might have leaned a little bit into the Alta attacker to create that opportunity, and Captain Dakota Barnathan won't let play go on without having a few words with Matt Thompson. Eduardo Blancas drawing the foul there. Bill Hart walking stride for stride with Matt Thompson. Also might have shared a few more words pleading his case. Both clubs a little jumpy on the free kick chances tonight. Matt Thompson has had to reset play on several occasions. It's understandable. Nice move there by Aumish. Adam Aumish, crafty in the area, stepping with confidence, and that ball fired into the 6-6-1. Adam Aumish making something of nothing, nutmegging Simon Fitch, and getting onto his strong foot, creating room there in the center of the box, but unable to test James Snedden. Adam Aumish knows a thing or two about a postseason run. Picked up 2 trophies last year with Union Omaha. He's been key on the playmaking side this year. 3 assists to his name. Again, a reminder for the AV Alta fans. Although Charlotte lost to Chattanooga earlier, AV still needs to come away with all 3 points tonight to remain alive in 2025. It's all on the line for Brian Claiborne's side. Aumish cutting in and has it poked away momentarily, and Ginger to get up. Mixing things up with Dakota Barnathan as well. It appears play has continued. And you can see here Kalyan Pelivanov and Miguel Pajaro, the center backs for AV Alta, how far forward they get, excuse me. All 10 field players in the attacking half. The key tonight for Richmond is have success on the counter as Cerritos cleanly dispossessed. Scored 1 goal against Richmond already this year, and the kicker's refusing to give him a chance here early on. Like AV Alta, the execution piece for Richmond is going to be crucial tonight. Against Texoma, they had 12 shots inside the box, but were shut out. Darren Swansky knows valuable points were left on the table. Felt like his side should have won, but credited the defense. Over 75% of Texoma's shots were outside the box, so he recognizes the ability of his defense to stay compact inside that central column and not allow a lot of penetration into the 18-yard box. He's keeping his club in games. Alta's possession rate is Aumish again going between the legs of Simon Fitch. He might have found his niche tonight. Not once, but twice. And nearly took Simon Fitch to the ground with him. Aumish might have had some of the special sauce before this game, but Simon Fitch shown the yellow card, brought to you by the Paris Law Firm. It's Eduardo Blancas, no doubt here, to take the free kick. From distance, Blancas into the Lancaster night sky. Trickles back and Desdune on it. Maybe Alta not a team that crosses at a high rate, nor do they do it successfully. Have the least amount of crossing attempts in USL League One this year. They don't necessarily want to rush themselves when getting forward. They'd rather do a good job of breaking you down between the lines and keeping the ball on the ground. Toyota of Lancaster corner kick coming up here for AV Alta. It works its way in without swing, right around the 6-yard box. Lodge there. And at 6'5", the Middleton, Massachusetts native, a key defender in those scenarios. The hosts will set up shop again as we're just beyond the 20th minute. Played inside and it looks like Lodge and Beckett Howell there, and it took a bump off one of them. Set pieces are crucial, and on this Toyota of Lancaster corner kick, nothing to it for AV Alta. Desdune tripped up by Maxi Schenfeld. Desdune got the worst of it. And Schenfeld knows. You could see him leaning over to his right. Did not want to give Desdune a lane to cut inside on either foot. Jerry Desdune is so crafty. Schenfeld's last-ditch efforts might have shaken up Desdune for now, but it prevents an AV Alta go through Richmond's point of view. The hosts with 65% of the ball. Matt Thompson taking his position. Short side to Blancas, he'll go, and it's just wide. And Matt Thompson will say it took a deflection. The corner kicks coming together for AV Alta. Eduardo Blancas on his right foot. Played off a Richmond kicker. Crafty play drawn up. Toyota of Lancaster corner kick right to the hands of James Snedden. And Richmond able to avoid a bit of hecticness, creating some on their own accord. Darwin Espinal in. And is sliding Sebastian Cruz, preventing a shot. That ball high up on Cruz, wins it back. That recent action from Richmond will be their recipe for success. There will be opportunities with how high up on the pitch AV Alta play for the kickers to get out and run and win in those transitional moments as Kirkland out to Seufert. All numbers on the ball for Alta. Field of play switched, and now it's on Simon Fitch's foot. Catches the run of Bill Hart. Couldn't beat Ortiz. Amish back to Lay, who falls in to help out with Pajaro and Pelivanov. And successfully clears it. Again, Richmond eliminated from playoff contention. AV Alta needing a victory to keep their season alive. They'll still play one more road match against Portland Hearts of Pine next Saturday. But in terms of postseason hopes, all 3 points are needed tonight. Nice takeaway. Here's Josh Kirkland threatening. And Villalobos with a clean dispossession forces the Richmond corner kick. Well, it appeared he'd played it off of Kirkland, but Matt Thompson seeing otherwise. It's been a tale of 2 seasons for AV Alta. If you spoke to any fan on July 1st, this team was riding hot. They would go on to beat Omaha just a few days later and reside in 2nd place in the League One table. Brian Claben coming off of a Coach of the Month honoree in June. Eduardo Blancas named Player of the Month for June. Things began to fall apart. That would lead to the 14-match winless streak for AV Alta. They're seeking positivity at a detrimental point in their season, and it won't be easy. Definitely against the odds. USL Tactics gives the host a 10% chance to make the playoffs. But if there's one thing they have going for them, it's this stellar crowd that you see and hear tonight. Christian Ortiz fighting through the contact, opting out wide to Aumish. Critical touch there by Simon Fitch to play it up. Foul called against Richmond. The luck of the draw not going the way of Adrian Billhart over the past 10 or so minutes. Back to AV's strength, it's this attendance. Of the 3rd highest single match attendance record for this year. 5,433. They've averaged about 4,100 per match. And Simon Fitch disallows a touch by Adam Aumish. And in total this year, heading into tonight, over 57,000 have been in attendance to watch AV Alta at home. And in the club's final home match of the season, they'll need everything they can get from their fans. They've shown a bit of positive play early. 2 shots, 1 on target. Denzel Smith has not been tested by Richmond yet. Eduardo Blancas. Osvaldo Lay. Right to the hands of James Snedden. Espinal, the club's leading goal scorer. Out to Billhart. Looking for the crossing chance with Fitch. Stays on the ground. Popped away by Lay. Matt Thompson has had several interactions with Dakota Barnathan this evening. None of them have been positive. USL on the CBS Sports Network closes out October with a championship Western Conference showdown. Playoff-bound New Mexico United take on Oakland Roots SC Sunday, October 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Dakota Barnathan getting his fair share of words in. The coaching staff for AV Alta love it. They know Richmond are frustrated. Matt Thompson shaking hands with Dakota Barnathan, moving on. A Nothing like a gentleman's handshake to resolve any issues. I must say, this also has to be a matchup between two of the better dressed coaches in USL League One. Brian Klaben in his suit, and Darren Sawatsky in the black with the shiny loafers. There is Coach Klaben, donning navy blue, it appears, tonight. Darren Sawatsky's shoes, they might be shining a little brighter than the stars over Lancaster, California tonight. Coach Sawatsky looking for his 60th win at the helm of the Richmond Kickers across all competitions. The 8th ever coach took the club to the postseason a year ago. The emergence of James Sneddon within the final 8 matches across all competitions pushed Richmond to the 8th seed. They fell on the road against Union Omaha on Sunday, November 3rd, in a 1-0 affair, which Richmond very well could have won. Not quite the same year, but plenty to be excited about in Richmond, Virginia, as Fitch has his pocket picked by Miguel Pajaro. Pajaro playing a little carefully. One more caution and he'll be suspended for a match. Mabumu Alasan is not on the pitch or available in the matchday squad tonight. Picked up his 11th yellow card against Charlotte and unavailable for this match in Portland next week. As Amish's cross is inaccurate, Sneddon can breathe a sigh of relief and take this goal kick just beyond the half-hour mark. It's fair to say Amish has had his way with Simon Fitch this evening. One might have thought that ball would be played through the legs of the Richmond native. The French forward knows he has to mix it up from time to time. Had a chance to ask Darren Sawatsky as the 2025 season winds down what he's learned about himself. He mentioned it's important to continue to grow in all facets, the players, the coaches, the club as a whole. He wants to continue drawing players from the community. As Barnathan could not connect there with Kirkland. Pajaro goes down as well, and Smith keeps it safely. A challenge in which Matt Thompson sounds the whistle immediately. The fans don't like it one bit. It's an offside call against AV Alta. Bill Hart, looking to beat Ortiz, has struggled in those one-on-one matchups tonight. Ortiz would rather give up the corner kick. Ortiz, a player that came in on open tryouts for the club. Now an everyday starter, making his 14th appearance in the starting 11 this year. Brian Klaben pointing out he's exemplary. Looking at the rookie players come out from college to playing professionally for the Alta FC. You know what you're going to get out of him day in and day out. It's exactly what we're seeing tonight from Ortiz. In-swinging ball on the backside of the 6-yard box. Floated up. Headed by Villalobos. And Almish might have taken a foot to the head. Cerritos and Pace taking on 3 kicker defenders. Cerritos plays it off of Fitch, who safely plays it up ahead, and a foul is drawn in the favor of Richmond. Look at the contact here. Christian Ortiz colliding with the kicker. It's a booking against Ortiz, which is brought to you by the Paris Law Firm. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Charleston Battery take on Birmingham Legion FC on Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern on 2DN. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. 60 degrees the temperature over Lancaster Municipal Stadium. A big crowd was expected, as all 3 points are needed for postseason hopes to remain alive for AV Alta. Richmond have nothing to lose and would love nothing more than to end AV Alta's season. Pelivanov, a pivotal sliding clear, prevents Josh Kirkland from getting a foot on that fast break opportunity. Richmond have scored 13 goals in the final 15 minutes of play of the first half. That's most of any team in USL League One. They won't get their chance here. I'm gonna go back to AV Alta. They've scored on 8 occasions in the final third of the first half. Eduardo Blancas covers so much ground. He'll be the first to the set pieces. Drop in. So far it looks like he's playing as a defensive midfielder with Osvaldo Ley. That's where good conditioning pays off. Again, Richmond victorious in the lone meeting between these two sides back in March. They seek the season series sweep. And Pelivanov putting Josh Kirkland on ice. And down goes the Richmond native. This ball just a matter of feet outside the 18-yard box. This might be the best chance remaining in the half for Richmond to test Denzel Smith. They have yet to record a shot on target tonight, and Osvaldo Ley extending the arm right into the back of Josh Kirkland. Matt Thompson getting the distance set up. A cluster of Richmond players over the ball. Maxi Schenfeld, much to be expected. Neil Seufert on it as well. Matt Thompson finally has everything to his liking. Seufert and sends that one right into the crowd. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Ivanov up ahead. Nice run and touch, Cerritos! Eureka! And AV Alta have a heartbeat. It was a matter of time. AV Alta have been testing Richmond from the get-go. A plethora of set pieces, and it's Alex Cerritos for the second time in 2 matches against Richmond has recorded a goal. Is it the cleanest or the prettiest? Not necessarily, but it gets the job done when AV Alta needed it most. Goal number 6 on the year for Alex Cerritos. And Lancaster Municipal Stadium is hopping. We mentioned AV Alta's success late in the first half, like Richmond. Now 9 goals in the final 15 minutes of play in half number 1. Richmond looking for a critical response. You can expect Brian Claben's side to be unsettled with this 1-goal lead. They're going to need as many goals as possible to record 3 points, all of which they'll need to keep their postseason hopes alive in year number 1. You look at what Spokane did as a 7 seed last year, knocking off a stellar Northern Colorado side in the quarterfinals and going to the ends of the earth, scoreless through regulation, to beat Madison in a penalty kick shootout, and would eventually fall to the current defending champions, Union Omaha. All AV Alta need are a chance. USL League One, the seeding has no stakes for the most part. Once that clock begins in the playoffs, it's all about what happens between the lines. Right now, Alta just want a chance to prove themselves. Brian Claben is no stranger to knowing it. His side has to be the best version of themselves to walk away victorious. Alta has been good in transition. They've neutralized Richmond's counterattack thus far. The lengthy possession has given AV Alta a chance tonight, as they've possessed at nearly 59%. Bill Hart, they've been looking to unleash him against Christian Ortiz. But the left back for Alta has refused to give in. Amish on him now. Billhart goes down on his own accord. Barnathan's pass intercepted. Streaking run here of Sebastian Cruz. Cruz playing it wide. Aumish. He's had a stranglehold in these one-on-one situations against Fitch. Opts to not take it. Back out to Blancas. Officially at stoppage time. Fourth official, Jose Landa, indicating just 2 minutes of stoppage time. AV Alta can control, which they've done all game. They put themselves in a spot to double their lead. Nice takeaway by Schenfeld. Heavy touch from Richmond. Results negatively. Desdune feels he has numbers, has the speed, out to Cruz, and Cruz will have a go. You wonder if Desdune was looking for the feed inside, but he was a little close to the ball. If that pass was sent over to Aumish, the defense might have caught up in time. Love the aggressive take there from Sebastian Cruz, who started in all 27 league matches he's played in. Kirkland dragged to the ground. Miguel Pajaro looking to avoid a booking at all costs. Just moments left for the kickers before we hit halftime. One area they've been good is they've bested AV Alta in touches in the opponent's box. Currently 11-7. No shots on target for the red and white. Fitch on the byline. And didn't have a chance. There is the first half whistle. AV Alta will head to the locker room with a pivotal 1-0 lead. The club needing all 3 points tonight to keep their chances at making the postseason alive. Brian Claben has to be pleased. His club possessing at a high rate and has not conceded a shot on target. For Richmond, it's been frustrating at times. They have not gotten the foul calls that they have desired and have yet to test Denzel Smith. They'll look for more of those opportunities come the second half. AV Alta very well could have a higher lead, but unable to connect. We have plenty of news, notes, highlights, and stats from around the league coming up.
Life is about making connections, and AVTA is your way to connect with the rest of the Antelope Valley. AVTA connects you to your friends, your family, local services and businesses, healthcare, even where you work. At AVTA, we make your connections possible. Get on board today. AVTA empowers mobility, getting people where they need to be safely, timely, and cost-effectively.
My school schedule was packed. I had no time to practice.
I wanted to chase my dreams without sacrificing my education.
Then I found Learn for Life.
Flexibility means I don't have to choose between practice and school.
I get to chase my dreams and learn at my own pace.
I can learn my way.
I can learn my way.
Learn for Life High Schools, completely free. Enroll anytime.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily. In the market for a used vehicle? Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit? No problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Back here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium, a packed crowd in the Antelope Valley as Alta FC lead the Richmond Kickers in a must-win affair, 1-0. There's so much news and buzz around the future of the USL, so let's take a look into the stadium constructions taking place.
In the USL, shovels in the ground mean as much as scoring goals. And Sacramento Republic is on its way to transforming the city's rail yard district into a soccer palace. The same is happening in the Motor City, with Detroit City's new home clearing way for stadium construction. Miami FC has unveiled its future home in South Florida, while the Pittsburgh Riverhounds prepare for their stadium expansion, preserving one of the best views in all of sports. The growth is felt as well in League One, with expansion on the way for 2026. The scene changes daily at the site of Fort Wayne's new home, from clearing the area in early June to the sweet sight of concrete and steel in mid-September. All watched closely by Fort Wayne's Director of Communication, Justin Cohn.
Thousands of people literally drive past this thing every day. So how cool is it for everyone to get a chance to see this thing every single day get closer?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's ideally located for people going to and from work, or they're driving down to Indianapolis, and you're seeing it in really at a rapid pace come up. So you're really seeing a lot of the facade of what will be the stands start to come up.
I look at the renderings. First thing I notice is this gigantic video board. So give me some of the neat things about that, because this might be the best thing in League One for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard is something I'm really excited about. It'll be the second longest scoreboard in the entire state. So that means it eclipses an NFL stadium. You're going to have a lot of options at Fort Wayne FC Park in terms of watching the matches. There's a lot of possibilities that you can do with the scoreboard.
Fellow League One expansion club Boise is seeing its vision take shape as construction at the park at Expo, Idaho is full speed. And longtime League One club Greenville Triumph has kicked off construction at Bridgeway Station.
Much anticipation around the stadium set to be built around the USL, and there is a lot of excitement about this match tonight. A must-win game for AV Alta to keep their playoff hopes alive. They need all 3 points, and they lead Richmond 1-0. Now let's take a look at the USL experience.
It's great to win against an MLS team, but we'll do that any Wednesday, any Saturday.
It's our house. No one comes into our house and beats us.
If you're against us, it's not going to be good for you. But if you're with us, it's the greatest day you ever had.
The Kings of Chaos strike again.
They create such a loud environment, flags waving, chants.
When the team plays, it's like we're going into battle with them.
It's always sort of that New Mexico underdog story just waiting to happen.
Leans back, hits one. What a hit! Here's Wilson. He stays out, and the Roots have a lead.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day.
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students.
Dreamers.
Career builders.
Transfer students.
Working parents.
Veterans.
Student athletes.
First-generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
Alex Cerrito scored once against Richmond back in March, and he's done it again tonight to give his side a 1-0 lead at the break. Again, a must-win scenario for AV Alta to keep their postseason hopes alive. Let's take a look at news and notes from around USL League One. Well, headlines are bigger in Texas. Former Northern Colorado head coach Ayman Zayed will now lead Corpus Christi in their first season in League One next year. He led Hailstorm FC to the club's only trophy, the 2024 Jägermeister Cup. And there is news out of Port St. Lucie, now the 4th League One team in the state of Florida to be awarded a franchise, and they'll begin play in 2027. We've got a record setter between the sticks, Texoma's Javier Garcia, now the single season and all-time penalty kick save leader. He stopped 6 from the spot this year. Looking at Team of the Week from around the league, Christian Cheney, named Player of the Week, had a goal and an assist versus AV Alta. He's now second in League One history with 38 goals behind Richmond's Emiliano Terzaghi with 61. Matt Glazer named Coach of the Week for a huge victory over Chattanooga that has kept his side's playoff hopes alive. Babacar Dieng and Kempis Tequila combined for 2 goals and an assist over Hearts of Pine. Plenty of Texoma names getting recognition. Teddy Baker, Javier Garcia, and JP Jordan after the club's defeat of Richmond. Well, there was one match today, and it was the Chattanooga Red Wolves going on the road to defeat the Charlotte Independents. The Red Wolves, with that big road win, it prevents immediate elimination for AV Alta and Greenville Triumph. And Chattanooga are putting themselves in position for the Players' Shield. It would be their first trophy in club history, and they have now put themselves in a spot to clinch a top 4 seed. A big schedule up ahead the rest of the weekend for Hearts of Pine and Westchester. The hosts can clinch a playoff spot with a win. For Naples, they are going to need a victory and non-wins by Hearts of Pine and Omaha to clinch a top 4 seed. Greenville hosts Tormenta, and the Ibises, they control their own destiny. They are in with a win. For Madison, well, with a victory, they can jump into playoff positioning ahead of Charlotte after the Independence's loss tonight. Knoxville, they need to skip ahead of Chattanooga as they were unable to clinch the Players' Shield this week. Stay tuned. We have highlights and stats from the first half of play coming up next, and there is set to be an exhilarating 45 minutes of soccer to take us the rest of the way. AV Alta leading Richmond 1-0. Stay tuned. Plenty more coming up.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
At Edwards Federal Credit Union, we're proud to be the only financial institution born and raised right here in the Antelope Valley. That means we know what our community needs because we are the community. Whether you're buying a home, starting a business, or planning for your future, we've got you covered with the products and services tailored to your needs. From everyday banking to life's biggest milestones, we're here for you every step of the way. Edwards Federal Credit Union. Everything you need, right here at home.
When it comes to health and harmony, connections matter. At Southwest Healthcare, our growing network links Southern California communities with services that meet their needs. Our 5 acute care facilities, affiliated urgent care centers, outpatient surgery facilities, and primary and specialty physician offices are here for you. From the high desert of Palmdale to Temecula's foothills, let us help you achieve health in harmony. Visit southwesthealthcare.com to learn more.
Kempis Tequila to strike, and what a strike it is! Effortless, simply effortless from the talisman.
Looking at highlights from the first 45 minutes of play, plenty of excitement and buzz surrounding this match, an excellent crowd on hand. And it starts off here with AV Alta. Adam Amish with the Meg on Simon Fitch. And finds a streaking Jimmy Villalobos. A little overzealous on that shot. Cannot test James Snedden. A few minutes later, one of several set pieces. Eduardo Blancas. That shot would be blocked and barely misses James Snedden. And just a minute later, Richmond in transition. This is where they can find their success tonight. And Darwin Espinal has his cross blocked by Sebastian Cruz. Finally, AV Alta come away in transition. A long ball from Kalyan Pelivanov finds the run of Sebastian Cruz, who plays it off for Alex Cerritos, refusing to give up on the play, giving AV Alta the pivotal 1-0 lead. We're set to go for second half kickoff. AV Alta in their desert sand kits with Joshua Green letters and numbers. Richmond in their red kits with white letters and numbers. Alta going left to right, Richmond right to left. Matt Thompson, our head referee. It is a picturesque evening in the Antelope Valley, and AV Alta looking to keep their postseason hopes alive tonight. Substitutions in for Richmond. Grafton Call in for Maxi Schenfeld. Landon Johnson in for star forward Josh Kirkland. AV Alta sticking with their starting 11. A beautiful night again, mentioned 59 degrees, not a cloud in sight in Lancaster, California. One back by Richmond quickly. Heads up play by Sebastian Cruz to intercept the pass and knock it away. Grafton Call, the latest example of the youth movement for Darren Sawansky, the 17-year-old, in to play pivotal minutes. Has only appeared in one match this year, playing 9 minutes. Here a substitution at the start of the second half. His name will be called and it will be needed. You can see on the bottom of your screen wearing number 42. Soyford Dancing plays that one off of Osvaldo Lay for the first corner kick of the second half. Johnson and Grafton Call, both Academy members, Academy products, I should say. In swinging ball, floated into the 6 and caught in the air by Denzel Smith. Possession 57% of the way for AV Alta. And the passing numbers are just absurd. 251 to 188 attempted in favor of Alta. Passing at a clip of nearly 87%. We mentioned one thing they had to shore up heading into the final two games was the shots on target faced. It's increasingly gotten better, and it's shown on full display tonight. No Richmond attempts have made it to the mitts of Denzel Smith in threatening fashion. One back by Seufert. It's so important for Richmond to be able to bring in young subs like Johnson and Call. Availability has been a little bit of an issue for Darren Sawatsky's side this year. Adrian Bilhart with the ball has missed 5 games. The club went winless without him. Emiliano Terazaghi has missed 4 matches. Like Darwin Espinal. And his call, that shot over the drum line. And you go down the line, Matt Bolduc has missed 15 games. Dakota Barnathan's been out for 5. Griffin Garnett was injured for 3 at one point. The saying goes, your best ability is availability. It's not so much any Richmond player's fault, it's just the fate of sports and injuries popping up in an untimely fashion. Tonight, Terazaghi and Bolduc, the only 2 unavailable for Darren Sawatsky. Desdoon not given that inside foot. The kickers did their homework. Cruz has the lone assist tonight and smartly retreats it out to Pajaro. Javier Mariona getting some steps in. So he'll be set to check in here pretty soon. Cruz with a nifty move to get by the teenager. Cruz's ball in, floating around, a shot blocked. Took a deflection off of an AV Alta player. You're seeing craftsmanship against a rookie, and Sebastian Cruz, with little room to work, places that one into the box. And there is Mariona, set to be the first substitution for AV Alta tonight. Desdoon, timely run, bouncing ball, popped up by Villalobos, who's been on the receiving end of many crosses into the penalty area tonight. Snedden's goal kick. We'll have to wait on this waste management substitution. Mariona in for Adam Almesh, the former Central Valley man. Very crafty in 1v1 situations. A little tighter on the ball than Adam Almesh. Brings a wicked right foot to the table. And an eye for playmaking. Brian Claben, that message he has to the substitutions, as you just saw, it's about raising the level of play. Skill, you can throw that off the table. It's about going in with the right mentality, and he feels that's something that the players can improve on heading into 2026. Sometimes in late game situations, it can be a little tough to have your name called on and have so much asked. Mariona put in a spot for success tonight. The crowd has been excellent on hand this evening. Fueling the play here. Lay finds Desdune, right to the heart of Snedden. Jerry Desdune with a great run off the ball. Planted that one right in front of James Snedden. This Richmond back line having a hard time holding off this immense Alta attack that is ruthless and life-sucking at its best. Miguel Pajado wearing the captain's armband this evening, has played smartly tonight. One caution away from a one-game suspension. Barnathan did not like any of the options. Seeks a give and go with Fitch. Inside and off the legs of Pajado. Pajado not wanting to concede the set piece, but happy that that cross was not successful. Richmond have been poignant in their attack. The 5th best shooting accuracy in USL League One, converting at nearly 47% of the time. What can they draw up here to set up Darwin Espinal wearing number 19, the club's leading goal scorer? Or do they seek out 6'5" Marcelo Lage? It'll be Adrian Bilhart's decision. Lage the intended target, a bouncing ball. Safely settled by Denzel Smith. Desdune quickly into the attacking half. And goes down. In a non-contact scenario. And Matt Thompson will stop play here. Not a sight you want to see from one of AV Alta's best and brightest. And when you're playing in your 29th league match of the season, and a guy like Jerry Desdune, who makes those rigorous runs on whichever flank he is placed, the legs will catch up with you, no matter what the conditioning looks like. Our best wishes for Jerry Desdune. Lancaster Municipal Stadium is packed out. Brian Clavin pointing out this is a soccer-first community. And this journey as a first-year club, it's been incredible from start to finish, regardless of the results and trends. And Miguel Ibarra, the club's first ever signing, set to make just his 5th appearance for the club on this waste management substitution. Hasn't even amassed 30 minutes this year. Miguel Ibarra led the Charlotte Independents in assists for 2 years. And the 35-year-old will come on for Desdune. This is Ibarra's first appearance since he played 12 minutes back in mid-August against Greenville. It's been 10 matches since he's seen any sort of League One action. This will be his biggest opportunity of the year yet. Drop ball off the Desdune injury. AV Alta will control again. Plenty of fresh faces on both sides. Getting good opportunity. I mentioned 17-year-old Academy product. Grafton Call. Getting some big minutes here. Hadn't played more than 9 minutes in one appearance in 2025. And there is Call with the ball. Darren Sawatsky praised Call in the days leading up to the match, pointing out he's made improvement every single day, every opportunity he's been given in training. Even though the appearances have come in a small dose, Call has made the most of it, like Andrew Richmond, who's had 5 appearances for nearly an hour's worth of minutes. Foul charged against Pelivanov. Richmond setting up shop. Looking for late match heroics as we near the hour mark. Alex Cerritos, the lone goal scorer. AV Alta needing all 3 points to remain alive in the playoff hunt. And those hopes continuing to beat on as the Charlotte Independents fell to the Chattanooga Red Wolves tonight, 2-1. There is Blancas, the free kick king, as one might say. Dakota Barnathan has expressed his frustrations tonight, especially with the early foul calls against the Kickers in half number 1. Richmond called for 12 fouls. And in total on the night, 15. Ahead of AV Alta by 3. Mariona goes down. Mariona has AV Alta set up in key positioning. Darwin Espinal charged with the foul, and of course Eduardo Blancas will be the man to take. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. For any of those in the stadium who have a spot tonight, whether it's on the lawn or in the seats, even better yet, in the 661 supporters group, they are in for a doozy given all the implications and this stellar crowd that's shown up all year. Blancas to the net! Eureka! Jimmy Villalobos cleaning up the trash. AV Alta might have just saved their postseason hopes. Eduardo Blancas creates magic off the set piece. A well-timed run by Villalobos. And there's nothing James Sneddon could do from point-blank range. Number 5 on the year might be the biggest in 2025 for Villalobos. And the Bakersfield native doing it in his home state. Brian Claben so animated. If one could guess, he might want to get on the pitch himself. And the pressure is on. AV Alta have life. It's won by Ibarra. Mariona on his left to Blancas. Inside to Ibarra. Volleyed up, looking for Cerritos. And Blancas goes down in the area at the feet of Dakota Barnathan. How about Miguel Ibarra? The Energizer Bunny. The 35-year-old Lancaster native. What a story it would be. The hometown kid scored his first goal of the year for his hometown. Mariona. Villalobos. Slow trickling ball, and Snedden has to smother it quickly. Booted in immediate response. Denzel Smith will test the waters with this kicker's attack. Ivanov and Pajaro have really held down that central column along with Osvaldo late tonight. AV have won 50% of the aerial duels and over half of the duels themselves, giving them a chance on the ball every time. Sebastian Cruz had the first assist. What can he do here? Cerritos had to put the brakes on. Villalobos' shot is blocked. Right up into the upper body of Marcelo Lage. One back by Lay. Osvaldo Lay will have a go, and it's wide to the right of James Snedden. Everybody wanting a goal-scoring opportunity for the home side. It is homecoming season. With AV Alta unable to clinch a top 4 seed, even if they do work into playoff contention, this is the last home game across all competitions for Brian Claben's side this year, and the players are making this one a match to remember. Darren Sawatsky showing his players to the ball. James Vaughn will be the next substitution for the kickers. Getting a little hydration before he takes to the pitch. On the far side it goes, and played up ahead. Grafton call. Espinal dribbling inside. Give and go with Seufert. Has some daylight. Eventually shut down. Found Johnson, and nothing to it for Richmond. And Vaughn will come on for the first time tonight. The 30-year-old coming for Dakota Barnathan. Barnathan removing the captain's armband. Handing those duties off to a fellow teammate. Vaughn this year has 1 goal across all competitions, making his 16th appearance in the league. And 58 degrees in Lancaster tonight. It's been a picturesque evening for late season footy. The tempers have not been as edgy as one could expect, with Richmond being eliminated and AV Alta with their season on the line. It's been a hard-fought match. But to no avail, the Kickers have yet to record a shot on target. Up to this point, it's been fairly routine for Denzel Smith. It appears that way because of the stellar keeper he is. As Brian Clavin has pointed out, Smith, with the likes of Carlos Aviles, they do the little things so well that it looks as easy as we see it. When in reality, you're facing a Richmond attack. They can hurt you in a variety of ways. Denzel Smith has provided a calming presence between the sticks tonight. Seeking his 3rd shutout on the year. He's on international duty with Trinidad and Tobago. Has done fairly well at the national level coming into this year. 6 shutouts through 16 appearances with the national team. Osvaldo Ley showing the yellow card, and he's quite content with it here at the 70th minute. That yellow card brought to you by the Paris law firm. Osvaldo Ley has been quite the contributor on defense this evening. He pushed from behind on a defenseless Chandler O'Dwyer. Results in Matt Thompson going to the pocket. What an offensive output from the hosts. 11 shots to Richmond's 4. Hayden Anderson, the former Greenville man, will be the next player on for Darren Sawatsky. Just under 20 minutes until the approximate announcement of stoppage time. Call inside. A trio of passes. Espinal to the backside, and it's headed away by Pajaro. Simon Fitch thought about a go on the bounce. Nice pass in. Richmond calling for a handball, and Darren Sawatsky is up in arms. For now, we'll say rightly so. Again, no VAR in USL League One, or the USL in its entirety. So that play is done and over with. Anderson will be issued on. Adrian Billhart's day will be over. I have to praise Christian Ortiz. Adrian Billhart, not quite with the numbers he's had in past days, but Ortiz limiting Billhart in every sense, cutting inside, playing vertically. Any crossing opportunities, blocked shots, you name it. If Billhart isn't covered so well, this might be a different story. Who else but Christian Ortiz there to welcome Hayden Anderson to the match. Miguel Ibarra in the vicinity of the yellow card. That is his first on the year. It's brought to you by the Paris law firm. Ibarra having to get behind the distance set up by Matt Thompson. Could be a game changer for Richmond. They need something on net to create a little bit of momentum. Could come right here. Ball inside. Miguel Pajado, the first to it, takes a vicious bounce and played with calmness by Denzel Smith. AV playing out of the back. Dangerous against this high press of Richmond. Cerritos with great body positioning. Wins a foul. Draws a yellow card in the process. Marcelo Lage tagged with the booking. Sometimes good body positioning can beat skill itself. The shorter Cerritos able to protect the ball from the feet of Marcelo Lage, who's shown a Paris law firm yellow card. A multitude of substitutions for Brian Claben. Steven Ramos will be one of them. Eric Saya and Walmer Martinez will be the latter of the bench players to come on. Cerritos with the game winner, but Jimmy Villalobos right now with the clincher. And the Bakersfield native will leave the home pitch for the final time in 2025. All these substitutions brought to you by Waste Management. Saya on for Villalobos. Steven Ramos, the Academy product, in at the left back spot. Cerritos' day will be done. Walmer Martinez will come on for him. Sebastian Cruz will make way for Steven Ramos officially. Here at the 76th minute, Brian Claben has made the decision who he wants to finish this game. It will come with the likes of both youthfulness and veteran experience. Walmer Martinez, Santa Cruz native. Back to Eric Saya. Brian Claben had nothing but high remarks to say for the AV Alta center back. Saya had to start the past few matches. Been key in place of Luca Mastrantonio for a club that operates on meritocracy. Saya is the best product of that. Griffin Garnett, another Academy product and teenager for Darren Sawatsky, onto the pitch. Marcelo Lage's day will be done. Garnett with one assist on the year, but seeks his first professional goal. Martinez. Ibarra triple teamed. Mariona escapes. Working on Fitch. Richmond collectively coming together to prevent a clean chance. Again, all 3 points needed tonight for AV Alta to keep their postseason hopes alive. Chattanooga's victory on the road against the Charlotte Independents. A little bit of weight has been lifted off the shoulders of this AV Alta club. Ortiz drawing the foul as Chandler O'Dwyer charged with the trip. Pelivanov, little chip on his shoulder, literally having to nudge Nils Seufert away from Denzel Smith. It's the physicalness that the Bulgarian plays with. We've seen him at the fullback and center back spots this year. Quite diverse in his ability. Very much like Beckett Howell. Alta content with holding the ball here late. It's one of the things they do best. Certainly wouldn't mind tacking on another goal. Blancas into Ramos. Using his patience with the feet outside. That one rang off the crossbar. A shot from no man's land. And James Sneddon was in no position to make a save. Javier Mariona gets by Simon Fitch. That ball drawing oohs and ahs from the crowd. But no yays from the fans in attendance. That one clipping the iron. Not in the fashion that Brian Claben would have hoped. Simon Fitch has been targeted at that right back spot. Adam Amish and Javier Mariona have had their way with him tonight. Pelivanov plays it deep. Not something that AV Alta has had too much success with. We'll get a chance here as Christian Ortiz was offside. Well, up next for both these clubs, Richmond will go home for one more match in 2025 and host Ford Madison. The Mingos on the road to face Union Omaha tomorrow. The Kickers won't know until later tomorrow night whether they could end Madison's season or not. For AV Alta, it's a trip all the way up to the northeast to face Portland Hearts of Pine. As Kalyan Pelivanov down, Matt Thompson over to check on him. Can watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157, the new Sirius XM app. Kalyan Pelivanov appears to be okay. His side will head up to the northeast to take on Bobby Murphy and company. Ortiz, Walmer Martinez. That pass took a deflection, and the hand is up. The offside flag raised, and O'Dwyer dinks that one off of Christian Ortiz. So here's the previous sequence. O'Dwyer, drop ball, and well, quite literally kicks it at Christian Ortiz. And Ortiz shown the booking, but the yellow's taken back. And rightfully so, Christian Ortiz, nothing to do there. And yeah, nice hug there with Matt Thompson. Good job of the officiating crew to correct that mistake. Always time for free hugs in USL League One. No lost love between Richmond and AV Alta tonight. Darren Sawatsky's side came in with elimination on their mind, seeking to end AV Alta's season, or postseason hopes rather. And Ortiz runs over O'Dwyer. But tonight, the fight and the determination from Brian Claben's side, who has not won a USL League One game since July 5th against Union Omaha, could very well be why AV Alta make a dramatic entrance into the final day of the season. We've seen stranger things in USL League One. Plenty of time for Richmond to conjure something up. The question is, will it be effective? And then well, there's the execution piece. Espinal losing control. But it took an AV Alta touch last. AV Alta just minutes away from a win that they have craved with utter desire for months. Matt Thompson making sure the contact is minimal. 6-6-1 chance raining down from the stands behind Denzel Smith. Vaughn keeps it in play, the header by Garnett. Skying not too far over the head of Denzel Smith. James Vaughn from a difficult angle on the byline. Finds Garnett standing 6'2" in a crowd. And the teenager nearly recording his first professional goal. Just under 5 minutes to the approximate announcement of stoppage time. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Ortiz and Martinez wreaking havoc. And finally muscle it through. But Ortiz's pass is intercepted. Those are the second efforts that Brian Claben loves. Taken away by Ramos. Javier Mariona thought about having a go. Here's Ramos floating it and launched into the stands. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. A lot of celebration going on in the 6-6-1. They know 3 points is in their destiny, but can the 11 on the pitch make it so? That clear will help. That ball coming in hot at the feet of James Snedden. Darren Sawatsky calling his guys to move forward. pleading for a sense of urgency. Brian Clavin, you have to imagine he's a little bit nervous. Understandably so. Darren Sawanski looking to salvage of what's left in the 2025 season. Would love some late match heroics, but it might not be in the cards for Richmond tonight. AV Alta have been nothing but stellar on defense. The kickers have not recorded a shot on target tonight. Espinal inside, and that one through the legs of Seufert. Yellow card immediately from the pocket of Matt Thompson. And Walmer Martinez is down. Pelivanov plays it to Martinez. And James Vaughn taking Martinez out from underneath him. Writhing in pain, back to his feet. Glad to see he's okay. Vaughn shown the yellow card. Brought to you by Paris Law Firm. About 30 seconds or so until the announcement of stoppage time, and these fans are at the edge of their seats. Seeking the words that AV Alta have not heard in nearly 3.5 months. Oh, the 6-6-1 is electric. The drums pounding, the fans to their feet. The balloons in the air. There is dancing, joy, and laughter. Four minutes of stoppage time have been announced. Mariona. One back by O'Dwyer. Deflected on and headed by Pajaro. Stays with the visitors. It appears as this support section is just getting louder and louder as the minutes tick by. Pass long for Grafton Call. It'll go the way of the hosts. Walmer Martinez drawing the foul. The dream is starting to become a reality. This culture refused to change through all the adversity that the club faced since July. The wins, the losses, the shutouts, the scoreless draws. It's only made this club stronger. And there's shoving going on, and Matt Thompson having none of it. James Vaughn walking away to boos. An echo of them nonetheless. Thompson has kept things in check pretty well thus far. AV Alta will go on the road to play Portland Hearts of Pine in an even bigger match than the one before you tonight. Brian Claben's club righted the ship this evening. Now they'll need another big 3 points and a little bit of luck to sneak in as the 8th seed in the 2025 USL League One playoffs. Just under about 60 seconds until the end of stoppage time. It trickles back. Frustration setting in for Richmond. No shots on target. An abysmal performance offensively. Martinez has had a couple gritty encounters to keep the ball alive. One more run here, Eduardo Blancas. Finding the run of Mariona, but can't beat Snedden to the ball. Matt Thompson, checking his whistle. And there it is, the words that the players, the coaches, ownership, and the fans have longed to hear. The Valley is victorious. For the first time in 104 days, AV Alta have won a match in USL League One play. They've done it. They've kept their season alive. They needed all 3 points to keep their postseason hopes in year number 1 remaining in front of them. And Brian Claben has kept a positive attitude through it all. Jimmy Villalobos with the assurance goal. Alex Cerritos with the game winner. Stay tuned, we have highlights and stats coming up for you next. AV Alta victorious for the first time since July 5th over Union Omaha in USL League One play. They take this one 2-0 over the Richmond Kickers.
Life is about making connections, and AVTA is your way to connect with the rest of the Antelope Valley. AVTA connects you to your friends, your family, local services and businesses, healthcare, even where you work. At AVTA, we make your connections possible. Get on board today. AVTA empowers mobility, getting people where they need to be safely, timely, and cost-effectively.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily in the market for a used vehicle. Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students.
Dreamers.
Career builders.
Transfer students.
Working parents.
Veterans.
Student athletes.
First generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
Your final from Lancaster Municipal Stadium, AV Alta FC 2, the Richmond Kickers 0. And Brian Claben's side keep their postseason hopes very much alive. Let's take a look at how we got here with our full-time highlights. off the crossbar. Your final from Lancaster Municipal Stadium, AV Alta FC with a 2-0 victory over the Richmond Kickers. When it mattered most, Brian Claiborne's squad stepped up regardless of the 14-match winless skid in league play that they faced head-on. A huge thank you to our entire production crew for making this match possible. I'm Josh Lill. Have a great rest of your night. AV Alta victorious for the first time in 3.5 months.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.